In the modern landscape of zombie media, there's no shortage of grotesque visuals, apocalyptic dread, and survivalist drama. But among the blood-soaked chaos, a few bold projects have dared to approach the genre from an entirely different angle, adding wit, heart, and satire to the undead formula. While Shaun of the Dead is often hailed as the definitive zomcom, there's another film that quietly shuffled onto the scene and deserves just as much recognition: 2000 XS Fido. Despite featuring the Matrix star Carrie-Anne and comedy legend Billy Connolly, Fido slipped under the radar, overshadowed by flashier blockbusters and grim dystopian epics. Yet 18 years later, this forgotten gem still feels fresh and even more relevant in a media world oversaturated with zombie sameness. A zombie story with a twist. What is Fido? Unlike most zombie films that dive headfirst into apocalyptic breakdowns and humanity's descent into chaos, Fido imagines what comes after. Set in a pastel-tone 1950s-style alternate reality, the film presents a society where humans have already defeated the undead threat. Thanks to a technological innovation, zombies are now collared and controlled, turned into harmless household servants and laborers. In this eerily cheerful post-zombie world, we meet young Timmy and his family. His mother, Helen, Carrie-Anne, is trying to maintain a respectable household, while his emotionally distant, zombie-fearing father Bill remains skeptical of their newest addition, a zombie butler named Fido, Billy Connolly. As Timmy bonds with Fido, treating him more like a friend than a tool, a gruesome accident sets off a chain of events that threatens the family's status and Fido's existence. At its heart, Fido is less about the undead and more about human conformity, societal hypocrisy, and the need for emotional connection. It borrows the emotional beats of E.T. and the Iron Giant, blending them with horror comedy in a way that feels entirely original. Why Shaun of the Dead fans should watch it? Though Fido and Shaun of the Dead differ in setting and tone, they share a key quality. Both films use the zombie genre to explore very human stories through clever humor and emotional resonance. Shaun of the Dead, 2004, is often praised for its grounded protagonist and absurdist charm. Edgar Wright's cult classic puts relatable characters in extraordinary situations and invites audiences to laugh at, rather than recoil from, the end of the world. Similarly, Fido anchors its tale in suburbia and the nuclear family, exploring themes of repression, love, and control in a world that pretends everything is fine, despite the zombies roaming the lawn. Both films also offer biting social commentary. Shaun of the Dead pokes fun at modern ennui and media culture, while Fido critiques classism, obedience, and dehumanization, even when the dehumanized are no longer human to begin with. It's this shared DNA of horror and satire that makes Fido feel like a spiritual companion to Wright's zomcom masterpiece. An underrated cast and visionary team. One of Fido's greatest strengths lies in its cast. Billy Connolly gives a remarkable performance using only body language and expression, turning Fido into a surprisingly sympathetic figure. Carrie-Anne is captivating as Helen, who slowly finds herself emotionally drawn to the zombie who shows her more care than her living husband. Rounding out the cast are Tim Blake Nelson, Dylan Baker, and Henry Czerny, all adding dimension and deadpan brilliance to the film's surreal world. Behind the camera, Canadian filmmaker Andrew Curry directs with a keen eye for satire and visual irony. The script, co-written by Curry, Robert Komiak, and Dennis Heaton, avoids cliches and embraces absurdity in the best ways possible. Paired with colorful production design and a retro-futuristic aesthetic, Fido looks and feels unlike any other zombie film to this day. Why zombie comedies like Fido still matter. In the wake of serious and often self-important zombie dramas like The Walking Dead, World War Z, and The Last of Us, Fido reminds us that the undead don't always have to be grim metaphors for societal collapse. Sometimes, they're the perfect vehicle for examining human absurdity and emotional truth, especially when we're laughing. Horror comedies serve a unique purpose. They entertain while subverting genre expectations, allowing filmmakers to sneak in deeper messages without sacrificing fun. Fido may not have had the marketing push of its peers, but it delivers an experience that's both thoughtful and hilarious, something the modern zombie landscape desperately needs more of. Conclusion: time to revive Fido. It's easy to see why Shaun of the Dead became a classic. But it's time fans of that film, and the broader zomcom subgenre, rediscover Fido. With its unique world-building, emotional core, and clever satire, it stands toe-to-toe with the best horror comedies of the past 2 decades. In a genre that often takes itself too seriously, Fido offers something refreshing: humanity, absurdity, and heart. It may have been forgotten by time, but it's never too late to bring a zombie story back to life.